Hello everyone. Today we are chatting to the fourth one breakfast team from Boogie in the Morning, Boogie, Arlene and Marty. So I'm really excited for this interview today because I am personally a massive fan of the trio we're chatting to. From Fourth One's breakfast show, number one breakfast show across Edinburgh, the Lothians and Fife, they cheer us up every weekday from 6 till 10, winner of countless awards, including the 2020 Audio and Radio Industry Gold Award for Best Local Radio Show. From Boogie in the Morning, Boogie, Arlene and Marty. Good morning, guys. How are you?
Good morning. We're great. Thank you so much for having us on your podcast. We're excited to be here.
I don't think you were describing us there.
This is actually a bit of a fangirl moment for me. I'm massive fans of the show, so I'm so excited you could spare the time, especially since you've literally just finished the show. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're very welcome. And we finish at 10 o'clock in the morning, so our days are not hard. It's like we've still got like 14 hours of the day to fill with whatever, so it's all good.
So I'll fire in with the first question. You are from all over the place, really. Boogie, you're a Hoyt lad. Arlene, you're from Aberdeen, and Marty, you're a Mid-Lothian person. Growing up, did you get to explore a lot of Scotland on holidays and things like that as a kid?
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Actually, I grew up in Hoyt, and there's an old saying in Hoyt saying a day at Hoyt's a day wasted. And there's a lot of truth in that. No, we didn't travel a lot around Scotland when I was a kid. My dad worked in sales, and he travelled about a lot with his job. You know, he drove about a lot of England and down south. So when it came to holiday time, he didn't really fancy just driving about a lot. Do you know what I mean? It was like that was been a busman's holiday for him. I used to spend quite a bit of time in Edinburgh because we could get to Edinburgh fairly easily on the bus. And we used to come up, especially when I was a teenager, we used to come up, you know, on our own in the bus and just wander back and forward along Princess Street. But spent a bit of time sort of up the east coast, maybe up to St Andrews and up Fife, up towards Aviemore as a kid. But not a lot. I've done a lot more travelling in Scotland as an adult than I did when I was a kid.
See, I wondered if, because obviously when you were younger, I don't know if you mentioned this a lot, but you were a BMX champion, weren't you? I wondered if that was,
no, you come to mention it.
Taking you around Scotland as well.
Well, yeah, actually, I did travel a fair bit when I did my BMX. I used to be in the sort of Scottish series, if you like. I mean, anybody could enter. It wasn't that I was particularly special. Yeah, we used to go to meetings in Glenrothes. There was one in Bathgate as well. Dander Hall had its own track, and we'd sort of go on a Sunday morning. You all pack up, and we'd get a sort of trailer with all the bikes on it, and sort of 5 or 6 mums or dads would drive the cars up, and we'd have the day racing, and then go back to Hoyt.
Arlene?
Well, as I wasn't a BMX champion, sadly.
I find that hard to believe, actually.
Although I did have a reputation. But as a child, obviously Aberdeen, I was just on the outskirts of Aberdeen. My family were sort of from farming stock, so I did spend a great deal of time in the country. And I think when I was growing up, I was born in 1967. Yes, I know, I don't look it. But in those days, my parents, I know, didn't have an awful lot of money. So there was no question about touring abroad or anything. And there are so many amazing places to visit in Scotland. So what did my parents do? They shoved us all in a car in a Morris Minor and drove us to Devon. Yeah.
Oh, there's a drive.
Why? It's ridiculous when you look back now. There's so many amazing places to visit. But
we're not stopping for a pee anywhere.
We used to lie on mattresses above the gas bottles. That's how safe the journey was. Just crazy. But we also did go to other places, like Arran, for example, is one of my favourite places because of an amazing holiday in July 1979. And I was 12 years old, and we went to Arran, and it was just the most remarkable holiday. And I know this because I have photographic evidence, and in every single photo, I'm smiling. So Arran on the west coast of Scotland is such a special place for me, and it's one of those places you have to visit. You have to.
In fact, it's actually a place I've not actually been to myself.
What?
So
You need to go there.
It's one of the things with the channel. Obviously, I'm talking about all of Scotland, mostly Edinburgh, all of Scotland, and then half the time, like, you know what? I need to get up. I've totally admitted it. I need to get up north more.
Get out of your bedroom and go and visit places.
I know. What about you, Marty?
Well, my mum's got quite a large family, so she's one of 9, and they're sort of spread out across the southeast of Scotland, sort of from Stirling right the way down to Grant's house down in the borders. So my summer and kind of any holidays in Scotland always involved going to see our relatives. So yeah, right the way around East Lothian, West Lothian, Edinburgh, down the coast, the North Sea, down into Berwick, where we kind of went for all our day trips and all our family holidays and everything like that. And my mum and dad, they actually met at a place called Pease Bay Caravan Site.
Been there myself. It's great.
Yeah, that's where they met. Back in the early 80s, and that's always a treasured spot for us. We would go there every summer almost, and my mom and dad would just share their
pilgrimage.
So now we know where you came from. It was a caravan, Pease Bay, wasn't it? That fateful night.
That was a well spent weekend, wasn't it?
You should get in contact with them, Marty, and see if they'll put a plaque somewhere.
Marty was conceived behind this bus shelter.
So when it comes to sort of the local area, I mean, you guys obviously are reporting about all Edinburgh, Lothians and Fife. And when you head out somewhere, is there anywhere that you get, when you find out that you're going somewhere, that you go, oh, great, we're going to go to there today, or we're going to go to here today? Have you got a favourite spot to visit sort of locally?
Yeah, I like to go down to East Lothian, just down towards Dunbar. The beach down there, what's it? I can never remember the name of it. Yellow Craig, is it Yellow Craigs?
Yellow Craigs, yeah. That's in sort of
I always, for some reason, I always think of Yogi Bear. Anyway, Yellow Craigs down there. The beach down there is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, if you're on the beach there, you could easily be, like in the Caribbean or somewhere. It's absolutely beautiful. The water is lovely. Of course, it's not as warm as the Caribbean, but you get all sort of get a big coat on and get rugged up, and then off you go down with the family. We take the dogs down there, and you can walk for miles, and there's so much space. It's great.
Yeah. For me, it's East Lothian as well, actually. I mean, I love Perthshire. There's loads of beautiful areas of Fife. Heading down to the borders is perfect. But if I go to East Lothian, it's a beach called Seacliff. I actually shouldn't be telling you this, actually, because now lots of people are going to go. But Seacliff Beach, and it's quite difficult to find. That's the thing. And I can't even go into describing it for you, but it was sort of the back road from Dunbar to North Berwick. But if you get into Seacliff, it's fabulous because you've got the Bass Rock slap bang right in the middle of your view when you walk onto the beach. And it's a beach that no visitors really go to. It's just locals who know about it. And you've got Tantallon Castle and the ruins of that one side. And you've got this incredible harbour, the smallest in Scotland, which was cut into the rocks by the previous owner, who died in his own house in a fire. I mean, it's like something out of a thriller, this story, but it's a fabulous place to go, and it's just utterly gorgeous. And every time I go there, I feel like I'm on holiday.
Nice. Marty?
Well, at the moment, my in-laws, they stay at Loch Lomond. So over the last couple of years, I've spent a lot of time travelling over to Loch Lomond and exploring everything around there. They've got a boat as well, so we've been out on the water a few times. But yeah,
you don't do boats very well, Marty. You always get seasick.
No, I don't. I get seasick, yeah. So they haven't ended well. But yeah, they're exploring, all kind of down the west coast. There's lots of great hill walks and things to see down there at Loch Lomond as well.
So you guys have interviewed literally some of the biggest names in the world, really, when it comes to the show. Has any of them sort of ever asked for any random recommendations, places to go, restaurants, stuff like that?
Well, I interviewed Justin Timberlake. Let me just drop that name.
Drop that name right there.
And Justin Timberlake is actually a massive golf fan. He loves golf. So when I interviewed him, actually he had a raging hangover. So we flew. This was before Arlene's time on the show, and I flew down to London to interview Justin Timberlake, and he was really massive at the time. he came in and he had a stinking hangover. It was like 4:00 in the afternoon, and he'd been partying the night before. And then I said, I've just flown down from Scotland and stuff. And he's like, he'd been there for the MTV Awards when they were in Edinburgh. And he's like, oh yeah, I got to spend more time in Scotland. Where would you recommend? And I was like, well, golf, you got to go up Fife, you got to go up to St Andrews and King's Barnes and places like that. And even further north, up towards Arlene's neck of the woods, there's loads of amazing golf courses up in Aberdeenshire and stuff. So he was quite
controversial one that's owned
by we won't mention that
particular person.
Aye, but all the other ones are good as well. And so Justin Timberlake was quite keen to do that. Yeah.
I don't think anybody's really has asked me for any kind of recommendations.
I mean, did you not famously, convince Robbie Williams to play Murrayfield?
You did actually. You did. You did actually. He was going to play at Hampden. You said no, come to Murrayfield, and then 2 years later he did.
That's right. That's because I have featured in his book twice.
So you did.
Yeah, Arlene was in Robbie Williams' autobiography. Named
not
twice.
Not for very good reasons, to be perfectly honest. I think I'd sort of talked to him about being a party animal when he's been teetotal for 7 years, so that was quite embarrassing. Anyway, so yes, he performed at Murrayfield. So yes, I will take claim to that. Thank you for reminding me.
We also I've just rememred we took Danny from the script, Danny O'Donoghue. We took him for a deep fried Mars bar supper.
Mars bar, yeah.
At Picante's. He loved it. He'd never tried. I'd never tried it before, but we got one. We shared it. I was not going to buy two. That would have been a waste of money. But we went halfies on this deep fried Mars bar, and it was actually really, really nice.
It's better than you think, isn't it? I actually only had my first one a few weeks ago because obviously during lockdown it's been hard to get out and explore and keep the channel going. So I was trying Scottish recipes and I made a deep fried Mars bar at home and I was really surprised.
It's quite really nice. Really nice. Got ice cream in it. Lovely.
Yeah, no, it's good.
I've never had one. Never had one.
I'm surprised, Marty.
As somebody who's conceived in Peas Bay, I find that very hard to believe.
When you've got Picanto Disco Chippy right round the corner as well.
I know, it's just right next to the
I know. But during lockdown, it's been funny because I have been in a very lucky position as well as sort of still coming into work, business as usual. I've also, we sort of stopped for a little bit, but I'm now back filming for Landward. So as long as I'm traveling within a sort of an hour and a half of where I'm living, then I can still go and film with a cameraman as long as we're socially distanced and all of that. So that show's kind of given me the chance to still explore Scotland when everybody else is stuck at home. But it's been nice because the viewing figures for Landward have actually gone through the roof because I think for that very reason, people can't get out and they still want to see the amazing country we live in. So they've been tuning in, which is just really, really good. Hopefully that will continue throughout the year. We'll get slightly further and further afield. That's my hope anyway.
So a lot of the people that watch the channel, they're from all over the world, really. A lot of Australians, a lot of Americans, a lot of Canadians, people with heritage and things like that, and they are constantly asking me for top tips. And I'm running out, so I'm hoping that you guys have got top tips for if you're going to come and visit.
Okay, Boogie, start.
Oh wow! Bring a cagoule if you're coming in the summer months. The West Coast is so beautiful. I mean, I've spent most of my life in the east coast of Scotland, Hawick, Edinburgh, Aberdeen. But if you go west and go north of Glasgow, I mean, you can barely describe how beautiful it is. There's a place called the Rest and Be Thankful, which is on the road up to Oban, sort of between Loch Lomond and Oban on the road there. And you get up to the top there in the car, and there's a car park, and you start and you look back, and it's just like something out of Skyfall or one of the Bond films. It's just amazing, and I want to spend some more time up the West Coast. So I would say tourists tend to come to Edinburgh, don't they? Edinburgh, maybe Inverness or the Highlands, but go up the West Coast is like amazing.
Once you get up to the Isle of Skye and things like that, it's just stunning. It really is.
Yeah, it is. The Coolins and everything. But I think if you even go further north, sort of northwest Scotland, you get a microclimate up there. So you are more likely to get warmer and drier weather the further northwest you go. And it becomes really dramatic. And it is something like a Lord of the Rings or something. Is really impressive, dramatic. You'll never see that really anywhere else. And if you can get that milder climate, then that's quite good.
Isn't Balmoral the warmest place in Britain? Or
yes,
something?
That's why
Balmoral is there. That's why they built it there. Yeah. Yeah. You think, why does the Queen go up to Scotland in the middle of summer? Because it's really nice. The weather's really nice. And it's
it's not bad.
Certainly the warmest part of Scotland anyway. It's way warmer than it is in the Central Belt.
For me, it would have to be doing the islands, I think, because there's so many islands that I haven't managed to visit yet. Even sort of Harris and Barra and Lewis, and I've not been, and it's on my to-do list, definitely. But visiting Orkney, it's got such fascinating history and incredible sort of architecture and archaeological sort of places to visit. There's so much interest there. Taking the ferry can be a bit of a challenge. You've got to pick a good day. Otherwise, you are likely to see your lunch on a number of occasions. But it is a beautiful place to visit. And I think anywhere in Scotland. You know, what's funny, I mean, if you're a fan of Outlander, and I know a lot of people are, we had visitors from France, Monique and her daughter, and they are massive, well, she is a massive fan of Outlander, and she'd chosen her route from filming locations, and they are all amazing. So, I mean, if all else fails, watch Outlander, find out where it's filmed, and go visit it.
They're back to Edinburgh there again, though, because they're always here, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Mm-hmm. Just to finish off, this is where it gets difficult, I warn you. I don't like to call them sort of speed round, but they're difficult choice questions.
Oh, right.
Shortbread or tablet?
Sorry, say that again.
Shortbread or tablet?
Shortbread.
Tablet.
Boogie, you're the deciding vote. Oh, is he froze?
Are you there, Boogs?
that question obviously broke him there. Haggis, neeps and tatties, or mince and tatties?
Haggis, neeps and tatties.
Straight in there, no hesitation.
Yeah, haggis, neeps and tatties for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, it's a nostalgic one for that one, really, isn't it? Like your mum always makes a braw.
Well, my granny used to make them the most amazing mince and tatties, and she used to put a mealy pudding in there as well, which was just amazing. But
What's
I think
that?
if a mealy pudding is it's sort of it's a white pudding. You get them in chippies up here, but it's sort of oatmeal and oil and onions essentially. It's not healthy, but it's good.
It sounds healthy.
I've never heard of it before, actually.
Yeah.
I've never heard of that before.
Mealy pudding, nice.
Now, see, this one is controversial because obviously you guys are from all over the place. When it comes to a chippy, ketchup or chippy sauce?
Oh, now see that's difficult because I'm from Aberdeen, so you don't get chippy sauce in Aberdeen. So,
it's a real East Coast. It's a real sort of Central East Coast thing, chippy sauce, isn't it?
So it would have been salt and vinegar in Aberdeen, but then I married somebody from Edinburgh, and I was sort of persuaded to try the chippy sauce, which I now quite like. But I think I'm back to salt, a little bit of vinegar, and mayonnaise.
I mean, I love chippy sauce, but I like a bit of mayonnaise in my chips. I do. Yeah. I think if we were in America, people would throw things at us. But yeah. What about you, Marty?
For me, it's ketchup. I love salt and ketchup on my chips. Yeah, I've never been a fan of vinegar and the amount of vinegar in the brown sauce. It's just never appealed to me. So yeah, ketchup. Or if I'm stumbling home from a night out, sometimes gravy.
Oh no, that's just so wrong.
I think we're going a bit northern now, really. Oh, there we go. The man has returned.
Is he back? Is he?
I think I'm letting him in, so he should be back in a second. There he is.
There we go.
Hello. Sorry, my Wi-Fi just crashed in the house. I'm now doing it via my phone. Sorry about that, guys.
I'm going to catch you up, Biggs, if you don't mind, because I'm interested in your answers here. Shortbread or tablet? You were the deciding for this one.
Oh, tablet.
Yeah?
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
pure
sugar
sugar.
rush, isn't it?
Pure sugar, absolutely.
Haggis, neeps and tatties or mince and tatties?
Oh, haggis, neeps and tatties every day of the week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were saying that mince and tatties is quite nostalgic, though, when it comes to...
Yeah, I mean, we used to have mince and tatties, I think, every Tuesday. That was our Tuesday dinner when I was a kid. There's something really great about mince and tatties, isn't there? It's
Comforting.
sturdy and comforting. But, has to be haggis every time. It's way more flavours than...
on your chippy, ketchup or chippy sauce?
Oh, chippy sauce. Ketchup on nothing ever. Ketchup is horrible. I can't even touch it. You know, if somebody's put it on a plate and you have to clean the plate, the dishes. No.
I love ketchup.
Oh, no, it's horrible. It's the devil's spawn.
Nah, you're wrong.
No, you're wrong. No, you're wrong. Brown sauce, chippy sauce, every time.
I'd have to say I'm kind of sad now. Heinz have came up with a thing where it's ketchup and mayonnaise mixed together in a bottle, and I've fallen in love with it.
Oh, really? I might have to try it.
Go to your room, or no, that's awful.
Okay, you're all back in the game. Tunnock's tea cakes or caramel wafers?
Caramel wafer.
Caramel wafer.
Caramel wafers, yeah.
Oh, out and out winner there with that one.
Yeah, I'm not keen on marshmallow. It sticks to the roof of your mouth.
Iron brew or whiskey?
Oh, no.
Iron brew.
I don't do either.
Isn't it funny? If you're Scottish and you say you don't love whiskey, people think you're being unpatriotic. And it's like, it's a really difficult drink to get into. And I'm like getting on a fair bit now, in my 40s, right? And only now, I'm still in my 40s, unlike some folk, only now am I starting to get into whiskey. You know, Scotch whiskey. I like Jack Daniels and bourbons and stuff, have done for many years, but Scotch whiskey is slightly different. And it's as you get older, your tastes develop, and I could enjoy a whiskey now for the first time ever. But if you don't like Bell's white Mackay, there's something wrong with you. You're not Scottish. Go back to England.
I used to host,
and I have tried to like whiskey. I've persevered. Still not happening. And iron brew or any fizzy juice for that matter is good for cleaning your drains.
Oh, controversial.
Right, Arlene?
no holds barred here, really, is it? It's funny, I'm the same as you though, Boogie. I've only just recently been getting into whiskey because I used to host a Scottish show at the Jam House just along the road from you guys. And it was it's a lot of American tourists and everything like that, and they're always coming and going, what's the best scotch to try? And I had no idea. I'd just ask the bar and they'd tell me the most expensive one. And I'd say, yep, that's the one you have to go and try. Square sausage or black pudding?
Black pudding.
Oh, can I have both on the same roll?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, both, please.
Yeah, I'll second that. I'll have a doubler.
If you're twisting my hand, though, it has to be a square sausage.
There's only 2 left, and then I will let you all get back to your normal
lives. Can I just
lives.
talk about Lorne sausage for a wee second? I've never really been a fan, but I got excited when I found that Mackie's Crisps are bringing out a Lorne sausage flavour. So I'll give that a go.
You know, the Mackie's Haggis Crisps are lovely.
They are amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, don't they?
Anyway, sorry. You were saying?
Lucas or Derolo?
Lucas.
No one. It's been an outright winner every time I've asked. There's something special about Lucas, isn't there?
There's nothing wrong with Derolos either, but Lucas is like Champions League ice cream, isn't it?
I'm filming there tomorrow in Musselburgh, incidentally,
No
doing
way.
a thing on ice cream. Yeah. How
Bring
weird
us one
is that?
back.
Eh?
Can we come with you?
No.
Chatting to Gordon Kennedy a few days ago, and he lives down south now, and I asked him the same question, and he got really upset because he was like, I'm 400 miles away, we're in lockdown, and now I can't get Lucas ice cream, and you've reminded me of the taste. He was not a happy lad.
Thanks a lot, eh?
Sorry, Gordon. I'll go in there tomorrow. I'll tell him to send you some.
Last but not least, and Boogie, this is probably one that's close to your heart, Greg's sausage roll or Greg's macaroni pie?
Well, Greg's don't make macaroni
pies anymore.
Do they not?
No, they
Get
stopped
with the programme,
doing them.
no.
Oh, ages ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, they stopped doing the macaroni pie.
Yeah.
So when you go there now, you have to just have one of everything else, which is a real pain. Although, Scottmade, Stephen's Bakery at Scottmade, who are almost maybe even better than Greg's. I mean, they're like neck and neck, but they do a macaroni pie still at Stephen's Bakery,
which is nice. But the best one is
it's the steak and haggis pie.
Oh my God, you've never tasted anything like it.
For.
It is amazing.
I mean, if Greg's put that on, that's the only thing that keeps Stephen's, I would say, slightly ahead of Greg's, is that pie is unbeatable. It's unbeatable.
Yeah, really? It's so good.
I don't like a sausage roll.
I do.
We dared.
Guys, this has been absolutely brilliant, especially since you've just finished work. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
You're welcome.
With the YouTube channel. Hope it all goes well.
Come visit Scotland. We're all really nice, except Marty.
What? The nicest out of the three of you.
He really is, actually. That's undeniable.
Yeah, he is. I'm kidding. It's Boogie.
Guys, keep yourself safe and healthy. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So there you have it, guys. The Boogie in the Morning Breakfast team. I hope you've enjoyed that. They are genuinely three of the nicest people I've chatted to. That was so much fun. I'm sorry that Marty's sound seemed to be a little bit crackly there. I'm not sure what was the cause of that. But again, technical things that are way above my head. But thank you to the three of them for literally coming straight on after finishing the breakfast show in the morning. They were on from 6 till 10, and then at 2 minutes past 10 they were chatting to me. So it really was so kind of them to share their time right after finishing work. If you haven't already, please remember to hit subscribe, hit that like button, and leave a comment. And also, if you have any suggestions of people that I might be able to reach out to come on and do an interview on Scottish Memories, all suggestions and help getting people to agree to come on is greatly appreciated. But keep yourself safe out there. Until next time, bye humans.